Shizamde, hop on the beat!
The Saint's corpse is an object introduced in Part 7 of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. It is revealed to be central to the motivation behind many of the characters' actions during Steel Ball Run, and its legacy is felt even long after the part's end. But what exactly is this corpse, and what is the dangerous power it holds? The story of the corpse begins during the New Testament in approximately 30 AD. Jesus Christ was crucified and rose 3 days later. His resurrection was witnessed by Joseph of Arimathea. He said that he would head east, and drew a map in the sand at his feet, showing 9 locations on an unknown landmass. No one believed Joseph's story, but nevertheless he chose to document this map. Jesus journeyed east until he reached the shoreline, where the people there gladly helped him build a ship. He eventually reached the continent of North America, and lived with the land's native people. An unknown amount of time later, he eventually passed away. Shortly after his death, a massive earthquake occurred, followed by a violent storm. His corpse had not rotted, and was torn into 9 pieces. Through the help of the forces of nature, his body was scattered across what would later become the United States. The locations of these pieces corresponded to Joseph of Arimathea's map. Near the locations of these corpse parts, strange supernatural landforms would occasionally appear. They became known as Devil's Palms, and when a person passes through one, they are forever changed, given the ability known as a stand. In 1191, Joseph of Arimathea's map is discovered underneath Glastonbury's monastery in southwest England. Sometime in the 16th century, it was stolen by an unknown person. During the American Civil War, a group of soldiers was training in the deserts near San Diego. All of the group perished with the exception of one, a man named Funny Valentine. He had discovered the corpse's heart beneath the sands and took it into himself. He was granted a stand, dirty deeds done dirt cheap, giving him the ability to move between worlds. Valentine learned that the corpse was completely unique. It existed in no other worlds. He eventually rose to become the 23rd President of the United States. At some point, he obtained Joseph of Arimathea's map. Valentine wished to combine the power of the corpse with that of his own stand, to create a better future for the country, deflecting misfortune to other parts of the world. In 1888, a disgraced businessman named Stephen Steele is given the idea for a cross-country race by his future wife, Lucy. He gathers sponsors for the race, attracting the attention of President Valentine. He collaborated with Steele to design the race so that it follows the map, as part of his plan to locate the 8 remaining corpse parts. On September 25, 1890, the Steel Ball Run race begins. The race is 6,000 kilometers long, divided into 9 stages, starting in San Diego and moving east, ending in New York City. The winner would be awarded $50 million. Over 3,600 racers entered. Among the racers was Gyro Zappelli, a master of a technique known as spin. Spin is the ability to utilize the golden ratio through the use of rotational energy. Gyro entered the race in order to receive amnesty from the king in his home country, in order to save a little boy from execution. Gyro meets a paraplegic former jockey named Johnny Joestar, who believes he can use the spin to heal himself. The two of them team up to win the race together. While crossing the Arizona desert, the duo inadvertently pass through a Devil's Palm. They meet with Mountain Tim, a bounty hunter and stand user. The 3 of them battle with the stand-using Boom Boom family, who were hired to kill Gyro. Johnny absorbs the left arm of the corpse, and is granted the stand Tusk. With this stand, he has gained the ability to shoot his fingernails as bullets. He uses this new ability to defeat them. When a person absorbs a corpse part, they are given a clue as to where the next one is located. Johnny realizes the true nature of the race, and convinces Gyro to help him locate the remaining pieces. Valentine realizes that Gyro and Johnny are concealing a corpse part, and send assassins after them. Lucy Steele discovers this plan, and learns that Valentine is keeping the corpse's heart within himself. During the 3rd stage, the duo encounter British racer Diego Brando, and the 3 of them stop at a nearby village for the night. Valentine sends Dr. Ferdinand to the village to kill Johnny, and he uses his stand's scary monsters to transform Diego into a velociraptor. Johnny and Gyro use the clue they received to determine the location of the next part, the eyes. Gyro obtains the right eye, giving him the new ability, Scan. Following Dr. Ferdinand's defeat, Diego steals the left eye, which allows him to take the scary monster's ability for his own. When nearing Kansas City, Johnny and Gyro meet a fellow racer named Hot Pants. a Vatican agent who has infiltrated the race to retrieve the corpse. The three of them duel Ringo Rodigan, an agent of Valentine who uses the right eye's clue to learn the location of the next corpse part. Gyro defeats him, but not before he is able to send a carrier pigeon to Valentine. Johnny and Gyro learn that Diego is heading towards the next part, located at a landmark called the Green Tomb in Kansas City. Lucy intercepts the message and with the help of Mountain Tim is able to escape and obtain the corpse's spine. Lucy gives the spine to Johnny and he absorbs it. She asks the two of them to stop Valentine, as she believes that he will have her and her husband killed when they stop being of use to him. Using the spine, they learn that the corpse's right arm, both legs, and ears are located near the Great Lakes. Gyro gives Lucy the right eye and tells her to take the heart from Valentine. Diego learns about the corpse from an agent of Valentine and agrees to work for him in exchange for a powerful government position. Diego is sent to kill Johnny and Gyro with the help of another racer, Sandman. During the 5th stage, Johnny and Gyro are attacked by Sandman. During the battle, Johnny learns more about the spin, causing his stand to evolve. They win the battle but are knocked unconscious by Hot Pants, who steals the left arm and spine from Johnny. However, she leaves Johnny with a small portion of the spine, allowing him to still use his stand. In the 6th stage, the duo are nearing the ears and right arm, and find that they are being followed by a group of 11 men. They discover a girl named Sugar Mountain living in a tree, with a stand that makes them face a trial. They succeed and come into possession of the ears and arm. However, they come to realize that the corpse parts must be given up if they want to continue. Johnny hands over the corpse parts to the last remaining hitman, saving themselves. Lucy realizes that Valentine is closing in on her as being the traitor, so she decides that she must act. She infiltrates Valentine's manor by seducing Scarlet Valentine, the First Lady. With the help of Hot Pants, she is able to disguise herself as Scarlet. She drugs Valentine and steals the heart, ears, and right arm from him. She is discovered by Scarlet and is forced to kill her, disguising Scarlet's body as herself. Hot Pants attempts to help her escape, but does not have enough time. She is forced to escape through a drain where only the ears and heart could fit. She leaves Lucy in her Scarlet disguise, along with the right arm and spine, which are taken by Valentine. Johnny and Gyro close in on the location of the legs, when they are confronted by two men hired by Valentine, Wekapipo, an exiled spin user, and Magent, a stand user. The four of them duel in the middle of a tundra, where it is very difficult to achieve spin. Gyro is able to win the duel, and they discover the legs being guarded by a wolf. Gyro enlists Wekapipo to help them find Lucy, leaving Magent in the wilderness. Johnny and Gyro finish the 6th stage of the race, while Magent is rescued by Diego. Scarlet's disguised body is discovered in the river, leading Steven to believe his wife is dead. Near Philadelphia, Johnny and Gyro pursue Hot Pants into an abandoned building, where the three of them are attacked by Axl Rowe and his stand's civil war, which torments its victims with moments of their past. Axl Rowe was hired by Valentine to obtain the corpse parts. He takes the ears and heart from Hot Pants and combines it with the torso and both of the arms. He manages to steal the legs and vertebrae from Johnny, but Tusk manages to evolve into its 3rd stage, allowing Johnny to continue to use it. Eventually, Valentine appears and shoots Axl Rowe, taking the nearly completed corpse for himself, with the only remaining pieces being the eyes and skull. Valentine knows that Diego has one eye, so he determines that there must still be a traitor who has the other. Johnny and Gyro finish the 7th stage, and see that Diego has made a comeback to 1st place. They discern that he is still in possession of the left eye. Steven realizes that his wife is still alive, disguised as the First Lady. He is kidnapped and wounded by Magent, who is later defeated by Wekapipo, trapping him at the bottom of a river. The eye separates itself from Lucy and rolls away, signaling to her that the rest of the corpse is nearby. Valentine realizes her disguise, and Lucy attempts to kill him. She discovers the location of the corpse, which fuses with her, making her the host for the corpse's skull. Johnny and Gyro arrive in Philadelphia, where Johnny is shot by an unknown person. Valentine had used his D4C ability to lead both Diego and Wekapipo to believe that they had been the ones to shoot Johnny, leaving them confused and vulnerable. Valentine uses his stand to bring Diego into another world, taking the eye and leaving him to combine with an alternate version of himself to kill him. Diego is able to trick Wekapipo into taking his place, escaping and leaving him to die. Guided by a voice coming from the corpse, Lucy is able to escape a government building with Steven's wounded body. She reaches the Delaware River, only to realize it was Valentine using the eyes to trick her. Johnny, having witnessed Valentine's ability firsthand, explains this to Gyro. Gyro is reluctant to continue, but Johnny remains determined to find the corpse, so they decide to search for Lucy. Lucy is able to send a message away to Diego, who teams up with Hot Pants to pursue Valentine. Johnny and Gyro notice Diego is on the move, so they give chase. Valentine boards a train with Lucy and Steven's body, while Hot Pants and Diego chase him. They fail to kill Valentine, and Diego is thrown from the train and killed. The completed corpse begins to distort reality, fusing Hot Pants with nearby objects, killing her. Using the full power of the corpse, Valentine is able to control a gap of reality only he can access, making him immune to all forms of attack. Gyro realizes that they can only harm Valentine if they achieve the golden rotation on horseback, which can pierce the barrier. Gyro manages to achieve this, awakening his stand, Ballbreaker. However, due to an imperfection in his steel ball, he is unable to kill Valentine. Valentine then kills the weakened Gyro. Johnny is able to perfect the golden rotation, causing his stand to evolve to Tusk Act 4. He pierces Valentine's stand with an infinitely rotating bullet, dooming him. Valentine is unable to give himself a new body, as the rotation will continue even in other worlds. Valentine tries to trick Johnny into sparing him by proposing he can bring Gyro from another world. Johnny is unconvinced and kills Valentine in a final shootout. Johnny's mastery of spin heals his legs, allowing him to walk again. He realizes that the corpse has been separated from Lucy and is missing. Valentine had used D4C to bring a new Diego Brando into the world, and tasking him with delivering the completed corpse to New York City, where it would be stored in a secure vault. Johnny catches up with the alternate Diego, who utilizes the world to stop time. A battle ensues across the final stage, where Johnny is incapacitated while Diego continues on to win first place. The alternate Diego secures the corpse in the vault. He is confronted by Lucy Steele, who kills him by forcing him to combine with the severed head of the original Diego. Steven rescues Johnny, allowing him to finish the race. Steven determines that the corpse should have no owner, and it is best kept within the vault. Johnny takes Gyro's body back to his home country to fulfill his purpose of joining the race. In 1892, Johnny marries Rina Higashikata, daughter of the second-place winner, Norisuke Higashikata. They lived together in America for 9 years. In 1898, their son, George Joestar II, is born. In 1901, Rina is stricken with a disease that causes her to lose her memories and makes her skin stiffened and folded. Johnny takes her back to her hometown of Morio in Japan. Anguished, Johnny steals the corpse and brings it to Morio in an attempt to cure her. This inadvertently passes the disease down to his son. Johnny uses the golden rotation to pierce himself and his son, taking the curse into himself. After falling to the ground, a nearby stand created by the corpse moves a boulder onto Johnny's head, killing him. Rina continues to raise George II, with her family going on to own a successful fruit importing company in Morio. The corpse was recovered by the American government, whose agents had pursued Johnny to Japan. The effects of the corpse while it was in Japan remain a mystery. It is possible that these events led to the Higashikata family's firstborn curse, driving some of them to seek out a cure, or that the fully formed corpse created the 2011 earthquake which caused the walleyes to emerge in Morio, and did the presence of the corpse contribute to the appearance of a mysterious boy buried in those walleyes? These questions may one day be answered in the ever-unfolding story of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.